What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to do your first mode lesson, and there's a lot to get into about understanding them, but we're going to, have a starting point in this video, and it starts with the major scale, because modes are a function of the major scale, and we're going to learn the first of 5 shapes that I think would really help you to know for lots of different reasons. So we're going to go into that. Also, thanks for supporting what I do here, Marty Music. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate you subscribing here to Marty Music YouTube channel and clicking that bell notification. Really helps me out, so thank you for that. And then I also have some great guitar lesson resources that go well beyond YouTube. A bunch of links down below, first comment, and in the info box there. So check that out. All right, let's get to it. So modes are actually a function of the major scale, the do, re, mi scale. There's 5 shapes that you would have to memorize to then be able to play every mode. There's 7 modes. You can play them up and down the entire neck if you knew 5 shapes. But I'm going to start with the major scale and that what I consider the major scale shape because it's based off the E root. So basically, to go back, this shape I think is the first shape to kind of get under your fingers to start playing the modes. And it's also very useful because it's in this form, the major scale, which is what we base keys, chords, scales, melodies, everything kind of originates from this 7-note scale. I'm going to play the G major scale. Now, if you're thinking in the modal terms, G major scale could also be called G Ionian. Ionian is like the Greek modal scale, Ionian, and the major scale are the same thing. So we're going to focus on, getting the right fingering. And then also with the pick, I'm working on alternating my picking through the notes. And then proper hand position. You want to try and get your fingers more parallel to the frets like that than like that. So your elbow moving in towards your rib cage will help with that. Look at my pinky go up, right? And we're going to keep our hand in one position. And you want to practice this back and forth. This will be great for your guitar playing, but also as you learn these shapes, you'll be getting down the modes. So middle finger on the root. And like I said, we're playing G Ionian or the G major scale. So middle finger starts on that root, 3rd fret, E string. And so I'm going to go middle and then up a whole step with my pinky. And that's where the hand positioning is important. If I'm out like this, I got to do a really, a lot of movement. If my hand's already in the position, no arm movement at all. It's right there. So 3 to 5, middle, pinky. Then 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret on the A string. All right, let's keep going. Now on the D string, we're going to go 2, 4, 5. And on the G string, 2, 4, 5. You also want to practice going down the scale. So all 5 shapes that eventually I'll break down for you, all 5 shapes, there's always one string that only has 2 notes. And so for this Ionian or, major scale shape, it's on the B string. We're going to have 3 to 5 on the B string. middle, and pinky, and then 2, 3, 5 on the high E. That's the root again, but we really want to just get a shape memorized, so we're also going to add that. Just know that's the G note, the root, if we're thinking of it as G major. But the thing with the modes is you can think of each of the 7 notes as the root, and now we've shifted and we're playing it in a different mode. That's what the mode means. But for right now, we're just learning basically shape number 1. It can also be thought of as the major scale with the root on the E string there. But the shape itself also has the 2nd fret E string. I just started it there so you can hear the major scale. But as far as memorizing shapes, it's 2 of these, then 2 of these, then 1 of these, and then 1 of these. So these 2 are the exact same. And then these 2 are the exact same. So look at that. You just notice that symmetry. And then this. And then that one pesky spot where it's only 2 notes. And then back to this. So let me now just talk, you want to practice that scale. Let me talk just modally for a second, just to show you what I mean. That root note of G major harmonizes to a G major chord. So when you have a G major chord playing and you play that pool of notes, it sounds like the major scale. But when we say modal, what that means is for instance, if I took the 6th note up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's an E note, and it represents the 6th chord of the key of G major. The 6 is a minor, so it's E minor. So if I play the same scale, but we think of and hear it over E minor, it's now a new mode of the G major scale. It would be called Aeolian, also known as the natural minor scale, the minor scale. So watch, if I play that same scale that we normally think of as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, but now we're going to just use the E minor as the root. And a good way to hear it with the scale is you just play the same position, but start and end on the E note instead. So we have an open E, actually. Watch, if I loop an E minor, you'll hear it fits over E minor. And that's how you start to figure out the modes. So here we go. I'm going to loop this E minor. So now I play that same scale. If I thought of the fifth tone. It's a D note, and the 5 chord of the major key or the major scale is the only chord that's like what's called a dominant 7. It's a D7. And if you play that G major scale, but you think of that 5th tone as the home bass, that would be a different mode once again of the G major scale. It would be D, what's called D Mixolydian. So watch, if I jam a D7 and play the exact same scale, but what we're hearing different is we're hearing what it's being played over is different, and what we're thinking of as the home bass, what our ear hears as the resolution. The D note. So watch, a D7. Same scale, but D is the root. And the lessons go on and on from there. But you don't want to ever, understand everything about the modes in one 15-minute lesson. You have to have patience and faith that there's steps to eventually get to fully understanding them. Hopefully this video helped, but let's just reel back once again on, the thing to practice from this video would be the G major scale, also known as G Ionian, and it's basically one of 5 shapes to be able to play all 7 modes. So we would have like that. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, and I hope it helped. If you're digging it, please let me know in the comments so I can make some follow-up videos for this. Also, once again, just a quick reminder, I appreciate you liking this video and subscribing here, clicking the bell notification, checking the links below. Thank you for all that extra support, and I hope to see you real soon. Take care.